Narrative repetition is a storytelling technique where certain moments, images, phrases, or events are deliberately repeated throughout a story. It isn't accidental, it's a craft choice. Writers use repetition to create rhythm, reinforce themes, and guide the audience's emotional experience. Sometimes the repetition is obvious, like a line of dialogue that keeps returning with new meaning each time. Other times it's subtle, a recurring symbol, a repeated camera angle, or a situation that echoes an earlier moment. Each repetition builds on the last, creating a sense of connection across the story. The power of narrative repetition comes from how it transforms familiarity into significance. When the audience encounters something again, they instinctively lean in. They compare it to the earlier version. They notice what's changed, and what hasn't. That contrast is where the emotional impact lives. Repetition can show character growth, highlight a theme, or create a sense of inevitability. It can make a story feel mythic, cyclical, or haunting. And when used well, it gives the audience the satisfying feeling that everything is connected, that the story has a heartbeat. There's another side to repetition, one that doesn't happen on the page, but inside us. This is when our subconscious starts replaying the same internal story over and over again. Not because it's true, and not because it's helpful, but because it's familiar. The mind loves patterns, even the destructive ones. Negative narrative repetition can sound like, "This always happens to me. I never get it right. People like me don't succeed. I know how this ends." These aren't facts, they're old scripts. And once they take root, the subconscious keeps looping them, the same way a story echoes a motif. Except in this case, the repetition doesn't build meaning, it narrows it. It shrinks possibility. It convinces us that the past is the only blueprint for the future. Writers use repetition to show transformation. Our subconscious uses repetition to avoid it. The mind repeats what it knows. Even painful narratives can feel safe simply because they're predictable. So the subconscious keeps returning to them, trying to make sense of them, trying to prepare for them, trying to control them. But instead of protecting us, these loops can trap us in old versions of ourselves. Understanding negative narrative repetition helps writers create deeper characters who aren't just fighting external obstacles, but internal scripts. It also helps us recognize when we're writing those same loops into our own lives. When a character breaks their pattern, the story moves. When a person breaks their pattern, their life moves.